All I know is rumors and stuff that I've seen on Reddit, stuff that I've seen in YouTube comments, stuff that I've seen other YouTubers talk about that claim to have known somebody that knows somebody and this and that. Specifically talking about Carl getting killed off in The Walking Dead. The actor had recently bought a house in Atlanta to continue filming the show. So the actor himself was not aware that he was going to get killed off. Usually they let actors know ahead of time that they're going to get killed off, or at least before they make such a big move like that, to purchase a home right next to where they film. When Chandler Riggs was killed off, his dad went on Facebook and wrote a whole rant about how the producers and the writers completely pulled the rug underneath from them because he had just bought a house and they weren't aware that this was going to happen, that he was on contract for another year or this and that. And then he deleted that post. Also, because in terms of like the story, it doesn't make sense for them to have killed off Carl right there. Because I don't know if you remember, but one of the pivotal moments of that is that Carl started preaching peace. To have Rick make peace with Negan. That stuff comes out of nowhere because Carl is the one that fires the first bullet that starts the war. And Carl from season 7, when they met Negan, he's always wanted to. He literally hides in a truck and tries to kill him. Like, that change in him being peaceful would have been fine if they like built it up a little more. There's a theory that the reason why Rick left was because Andrew Lincoln was displeased with the way that they treated Chandler Riggs and the way that they did everything they did.
This is spicy.
Yeah. So the PR reason that they gave for why they killed Carl was because Rick needed a reason to spare Negan. But I think if you're even an amateur writer, you could find a better reason for Rick to do that. I saw a comment on YouTube that was hilarious that I have to say here, that Rick having had chicken nuggets earlier that day and being in a good mood would have been a better reason than to him need Carl to be preaching all this and then die to spare Negan.
I don't know about that, but they could have picked another less important character.
I think they planned to pick somebody else. Yeah. I think it was supposed to be Morgan, because Morgan is the one that he's the one that was preaching peace. And he's the one that builds the cell that Negan ends up staying in. I think that was the original plan, to have Morgan keep preaching to Rick. He's the only one, other than Carl, that could have convinced Rick to do this because it's Morgan. It was they're buddies, right?
Yeah.
And I think he was supposed to die, and that was that. Maybe AMC didn't think that Chandler Riggs had the potential to carry on after they eventually offed Rick the way the comics did it. Chandler Riggs might have been asking for too much money. That happens a lot in Hollywood, that they'll off somebody when they just don't want to give them more money, because every season that they have to renew a new contract, and they make more money. I mean, it's all hearsay, but in terms of like them getting fucked over like that, that's pretty like low-key confirmed. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to have killed Carl like that.